Bagfuel, baby.
Yo, I saw something on the internet. So I forgot the gentleman who put it up. I think he's of a notable standard. He said, at Ja Rule's peak, Nelly was bigger than him when Nelly was booming in his peak. And people were like, really? And I had to sit back and think, because Nelly went diamond.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I was at Murder Inc. when Nelly dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Irv Gotti didn't get along, but I tell people he was still a musical genius. He's one of the few people that mastered the whole music business, not just the making the records, the business side, the radio side, the publishing side. He could connect the dots to niggas everywhere, DJs,
the streets,
right?
the corporate.
He comes in the office this day, I'm getting chills, he says, yo, we got a problem. he said, yo, because I'm gonna tell y'all the story. I'm gonna tell y'all the story.
This is a crazy story, man.
Nelly did 100,000 his first week. Back then, that was trash. This is what people don't know. You had to come with a number. If you wasn't coming with 300, 400, 500,000, they wasn't taking you seriously. Rule came with like 230 something, some wild shit that they thought that was something. Nelly did 100,000. 10 weeks straight. By the time the shit came 4,000, and I'm gonna tell you some shit that niggas never said, niggas was looking at Nelly like he was the down south Ja Rule. People forget. Ja had his shirt off. Ja had his shirt off.
The jersey.
Ja had his jersey. Ja had the hat to the back. Niggas was wearing Air Force Ones. Niggas was tight at first, nigga. But when Nelly came out and became a force, niggas got quiet. Niggas got quiet because he had the mass appeal, and niggas learned that being from a whole other market was a big deal. See, everybody was coming out of New York. See, we didn't realize that New York, New Jersey, Philly, it was crowded. Once you go down to St. Louis, it's nothing down there, bro.
But you. Just you.
And you in the Midwest, you down there in Kentucky, Naptown.
The whole run.
Nigga,
Nashville.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Detroit, didn't have nothing back then.
Tech Nine been making
history.
Putting numbers on the board, just running around the middle of America.
How much he clears a year? Like 5 million?
Have you ever been to his warehouse? It's not normal. Like the warehouse that he has to print his merch, it's not.
And the land is so cheap out there too.
It's not normal, bro. Whatever kind of car you thinking about, it's on that lot. And it's probably his. I saw, there was a gallery strictly made of people who got tattoos with his shit.
Wow.
And it was like, and it wasn't small. It wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, it was like, fuck, go to the other row. Angelic, all tattoos of his, just that section you talking about. That's why when Nelly started going crazy, I wasn't surprised.
That people don't even keep.
I didn't see it coming, but I wasn't surprised.
But when he did that shit, and like people took that shit, and then after that, once he put his shirt on, and the second single came out,
that second single,
EI, what was popping?
That right there took him somewhere else.
It was a whole nother stratosphere.
He put a couple of lyrics in it. I'm not kidding. He had some bars in there. Went from Iceberg to Fat Farm Slim in one shower.
He's not a lyrical rapper.
He's not. But
he's a commercial rapper. He made aesthetically
and that's back to your
pleasing music.
Back to your
He understood the assignment.
You liked his music. Nobody was like, I'm not fucking with Nelly's shit. Hot in here and all that and everything. He had it rocking. But Rule had it rocking too.
But when they're both like rocking, because there's a
I think because Nelly wound up being bigger.
Yeah, Nelly went diamond.
Pause no, I'm talking about not at that moment, just overall. Because although Nelly went diamond, Rule got stronger because his records started selling more. He came out with 336, and he was writing records.
Yep.
He was on J-Lo's biggest record. He was on Mary's biggest record. So his shit was
Bobby Brown. Yeah.
His shit was everywhere too, differently than Nelly's was. But as time went on, the 50 Cent thing hurt Rule really bad. This is what people don't understand. It hurt him really bad. Nelly didn't have that
At all.
at all.
Challenge.
Nelly didn't have that. That 50 Cent and 50 Cent becoming so big in the streets,
Yeah.
that hurt
Plus,
everything.
people were ready to see Rule lose. Unfortunately.
That's true.
People were ready to.
That's
Why you say
very,
that?
the timing
Why do I
of
say that?
Yeah, why?
I
Because
agree with
thought
that.
everybody liked him at the
No,
time.
no,
I thought everybody didn't like Irv Gotti, but they liked Rule.
Everybody likes anybody, but when you win too long, the natural thing is people are ready to see. Floyd Mayweather doesn't sell out fights because people think he's gonna win. He sells out fights because people are showing up to see him lose. Because they believe this is the guy who's gonna beat the guy that nobody
can
beats.
beat.
And what was Rule doing at the time you talking about on
Crushing
radio?
the radio.
He was crushing.
Like
106 in Park every day.
Bro.
1, 2, or 3.
there was some stupid stat that came out that said something like 60% of everything that's played on the radio
Is Murder Inc.
is Murder Inc. or Murder Inc. touch. Like either produced by Irv or written by
It was at the time.
these niggas were at that time.
Huh? Fast and
Bro,
Furious.
yeah, he was straight. No, he
Nigga,
had a
Vin
couple of
Diesel,
movies.
before Vin Diesel was a star, he walked in the office and he was chilling with us. The original Fast and Furious movie was gonna be called Red Line. Nigga. Nigga.
I ain't
I know
that.
about yes, nigga. I was there. He was right there, nigga.
What was the other? He did movies with Steven Seagal. Like
Yup.
he was getting this shit off. He was becoming that dude.
He was
And
getting the shit off, and that 50 Cent shit tore that whole
because
dynasty.
people were ready to see him lose.
On top of that, too.
You
it
don't
was
think
the-
50 Cent just got so fucking hot?
No, what happened?
Yes.
But you
But
gotta understand, there was no
didn't have
gutter
it-
shit happening.
He didn't have an enemy when he was getting hot. He focused on Rule and made Rule
I feel like 50
his target.
was always the enemy. He just wasn't big enough yet, Paul.
No, 50 shot at everybody. How to Rob was a shot at
But I'm talking
everybody.
about
Yeah,
even
but-
after that murder, I don't believe you. Everything was him.
Those all aimed at Rule.
Yo, all those things was him. When 50 got with M, that force, that abominable force of 50 Cent, Eminem, and Dr. Dre was that's the only thing that could have brought them down.
Yeah.
Yo, on the East Coast,
took all of
On
that.
the East Coast, it was not possible.
Not
they
down
was already
south.
aligned with everybody. Everybody that they was aligned with, Rough Riders. They was aligned with Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't getting along, they wasn't going against them. That abominable force in the West Coast was unforeseen.
Three-headed
That's the
monster.
only thing. When niggas find, word to my mother, I wasn't at Murder Inc. no more. I got booted out because of 50 by that time, right? When I saw 50 sign with motherfucking, niggas called me, shout out to my man BBB, Daryl Jackson. He said, it's up. And I was like, what's up? He said, 50 signed with Eminem. I was like, how he's like in Wanksters about to be coming out on songs. I was like, yo, bro, 50 signed with Eminem. I'm getting chills on my arm right now. I was like, that was the most unbelievable
That was a
thing
moment in time.
that niggas could even, you couldn't
Nobody
tell
saw
me
it
he signed with
coming.
him. I didn't believe it until I saw the 50 Cent trucks in a Hummer and Wankster, and I was like, niggas is in trouble. I said, because anything that Dr. Dre has touched, I said, if Eminem is taking these other rappers and these D12s and he's fucking with all of these other things and they're making these niggas big and this nigga's really rapping and this nigga's really a street nigga and this nigga really got movement in songs.
They got a story.
They got a story.
That's the
And
thing.
has
a
an
story.
enemy.
It has an enemy. All he needed was a platform. And the platform was Eminem. You're going on tour with Eminem, everybody's gonna know you. Dr. Dre, everybody's gonna know you. You're gonna be an East Coast rapper on the West Coast. You brought Dr. Dre's original dream to life. He wanted to have an East Coast rapper and be a West Coast producer.
Yeah,
nigga.
true.
He
Yeah.
tried it with the Firm. It didn't come out like he wanted it to come out. I got it with 50 and the White Boy.
And
I was like, it's crazy.
And then think about the symmetrics of it. 50 has the whole East Coast. Eminem has the whole Midwest.
That's crazy.
And then Dr.
got
Dre, the West Coast. And then, in order to be an international
I never looked
superstar,
at it like that,
Nah,
man.
yeah. that's
if
the
you
way.
gotta
I
be
never
mega,
looked at it like
and
that.
then if you gotta be mega as an artist, you have to go to the West Coast. Now, here's the thing: because 50 is aligned with Dre, all them other niggas that came to the West, if you didn't have Suge, he had muscle to get you touched out there. Now you gotta be careful how you move. Because now people are learning what it is to move in LA. Before,
Yeah,
how many rappers we know that been robbed for their sneakers?
Niggas, boy.
Yeah,
minimum.
I saw niggas getting robbed at the fucking valet.
Yeah, bro.
I don't even park the valet. When you go to LA,
No valet.
Don't park the valet. It's a trap.
Think about that. But
Park your car and walk.
Yeah.
Yo, it seems crazy, but those niggas.
No, I'm only laughing
because when they see you leave, I just gotta cut in. When they see you leave, got them. Once they see you leave, they can take their time, surround you, get the drop on you.
Make the phone call.
The valet niggas with them. The valets, they cousin.
He's getting the piece.
The valets, they cousin.
He's getting the piece.
So
he made the first call.
So you got, he's here with the Maserati, so they knew when you pulled up. He's
What
here.
color the car was.
They know he's here. The red Maserati.
They know who
he
your
showed
girl
up with
is.
two bitches.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there you go. So listen.
Hold on, Mecc is here. Make up a name. He said Mecc is here with the Maserati.
You famous, you a rapper. You be
Nigga,
rolling with the
that's true. You are
rappers.
famous.
You be rolling with the rappers.
Negro.
You be rolling with the
are
rappers.
famous.
I take an Uber.
You be rolling with the rappers.
No,
I'm just
follow
saying,
Uber.
park and walk. But go ahead.